Today on OC News.
A Harvard professor resigns from his role following emails linked to Epstein.
Teamsters skilled trade workers recently held a 4-day strike across the 22 CSU campuses.
The safety of students is at risk over a roadside surrounding Cal State Fullerton's campus.
OC News.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts
I feel
over the years.
blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to the first edition of OC News for the spring semester. I'm Arleth Romero.
And I'm Samantha Meras. Thank you for joining us. Harvard professor Larry Summers announced he will resign from all his roles at the university after emails with Epstein were revealed. Dozens of messages between the former U.S. Treasury Secretary and Epstein were released last week. Summers said today he plans to retire after this academic year, but will stay on leave until then. Summers stepped down as Harvard president in 2006 and has renamed as professor since. Harvard said in a statement they will review the information from the recently released Epstein files concerning individuals at Harvard. There is no public evidence that Summers was involved with Epstein's crimes. As a Treasury Secretary, Summers served under President Bill Clinton, who was also acquainted with the sex offender.
This month has been a very rainy one, but that did not stop one group of students from protesting on campus against ICE.
A lesser-known activist group came to Cal State Fullerton on February 16th.
Donald Trump needs to be impeached. I shouldn't have to worry about remembering my ID every time I step out of the house because I'm scared that I'm gonna get deported.
2026 has seen a broadening of the Trump administration's immigration policy, which this year alone has resulted in illegal deportation, the separation of families, and the killing of protesters.
We are having a spring surge where first it was walkouts, so this month it's walkouts. Next month is trying to fight repression, so uniting with protesters.
The name of the group is Dare to Struggle, and some would say they have a radical message.
It includes school walkouts, it includes doing forums against repression, and our main message is that we're demanding freedom for the immigrants who've been kidnapped. We're demanding that the ICE agents who have killed people be sent to prison for murder. So what we're calling on students to do is to keep walking out, to keep protesting, to fight back against the repression the protesters are facing, to come forward in their masses to actually smash the deportation machine.
Dare to Struggle said they will continue to have demonstrations on campus to get the word out. I'm Benjamin Garcia, OC News.
A Nashville medical student was stranded in Mexico following the cartel violence that has riddled the country. While on holiday with friends, 27-year-old Amin Chaudhry left her resort early Saturday to go on a snorkeling excursion, the same day the Mexico Army and National Guard searched, found, and killed El Mencho, Mexico's most notorious cartel leader. The aftermath of the raid sparked chaos in the streets of Mexico. By Sunday morning, the group was stranded, unable to return to their hotel as the streets caught on fire in reaction to El Mencho's death. Flights from Mexico to the U.S. have returned to usual today. However, a travel advisory still remains in place.
Last week, the California State University saw campus-wide strikes from the Teamsters 2010 union. Reporter Demiana Gobra has more.
Teamsters 2010 has begun a 4-day strike across the Cal State University system, alleging unfair labor practices.
Yeah, so the strike here today is about the CSU not honoring our contract. We were allotted to have 3% across the board. For some guys, that's it's the last year of their contract, so they would get a bigger step. But for most guys, it's 3%.
In response, the CSU issued a statement in which it stated that its decision was a result of a shortage in funding following the release of the governor's budget.
Teamsters 2010 will be on strike from February 17th to February 20th from 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., as is their usual shifts.
Hey, hey, we, the CSU is mighty cheap. Hey, hey, we, The CSU is mighty chief, hey, hey!
On the first day, the California Faculty Association joined Teamsters during the strike in a show of support.
We're here to support our union siblings. They got a real raw deal on their contract, and we're in the middle of our negotiations, and it could be us anytime soon. So we have to support each other in our contract causes because we're stronger together.
Also in support of the union, other campus labor workers such as construction workers have agreed to pause work for the duration of the strike.
A lot of people don't know how the strike affects them, but we're basically what keeps the campus running. I mean, whether it's electricians, plumbers, water, gas, you name it.
In Fullerton, for OC News, this is Damiana Gabriel.
When we come back from commercial, we'll take a look at what this weekend's weather has in store.
And why driving on the streets of College Park can be more dangerous than you think. Stay with us.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I have a question about
Deer Valley residents in Connecticut had a rude awakening on Monday as an unexpected visitor went around the neighborhood. The local police department received multiple calls regarding a naked man who went around the neighborhood at dawn, banging on doors and screaming on a phone. In an interview with Fox 61, residents said that they want to know the man and how he got that far, as they've only faced bears before, not naked individuals. The man faced high risk of frostbite as temperatures were as low as 30 degrees with winds as fast as 40 miles per hour. According to Fox 61, the police located the individual and took him to the hospital for a medical evaluation.
Now, Alyssa Frankel will share the weather forecast with us with the sunny skies ahead.
Thank you, Arleth and Samantha. The sun has come out of its shell this week following the last week's rain and gloomy weather. Currently, it's 75 degrees outside with a light breeze of 6 miles per hour, making it the perfect Southern California day. However, the percent humidity might bring out some unwelcome frizz that you've been trying to tame. Early risers caught the sunrise this morning at 6:24, and after our newscast, you can try catching the sunset at 5:44. We start tomorrow off with the high temperatures as the sun begins to peeking out of the clouds, leading to a high of 84 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. Friday is mostly sunny with a high of 89 degrees and low of 60 degrees, kicking off the perfect beach weekend. Saturday cools down slightly with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 61 degrees. Sunday's weather brings us back to the 70s with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. So if you're going to downtown Fullerton, you might want to grab a jacket. On Monday, we're going back to colder weather with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 55. perfect for Titans that thrive when spending a cozy night in. That's all for the weather. Make sure to break out the swimsuits this weekend, Titans, and enjoy the sunshine. Back to you, Arlette and Samantha.
I discovered firsthand that commuter students here at CSUF still continue to face a daily battle for parking. I have more on the story. The issue for parking continues to rise for the over 80% commuter student population here at Cal State Fullerton, and with parking garage numbers not always being correct, it can make for a stressful time upon arriving to campus, circling around to find a parking spot.
Buying the parking pass, I feel like it's so expensive and it's never a guarantee that I'll find parking. No matter what time I have class, it's always going to be a struggle to find parking, whether it be an 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10. It's always going to be hard for me to find parking because everybody just has the same idea as, oh, let me go an hour and a half earlier, especially with a school that overly admits students and doesn't have enough parking spaces to make up for that amount. I find it very stressful.
Here at the Eastside parking structure, we can see that even 6 weeks into the semester, parking is still a huge issue here at Cal State Fullerton, which greatly affects our commuter students. Forget running late because you must bargain 30 to 45 minutes sometimes at most to find parking, which is really inconvenient to those who are coming from far.
Today I had to work at 11 on campus, and I will say I was running late, but when I got to campus I had to park all the way to the highest floor. I think it was like the 6th floor, so that can be a little stressful, especially when you're like running late and stuff, and then like traffic can be hard.
With the semester parking pass priced at $334, students are still having to get to campus early or gamble finding a spot, which ultimately leads to inconvenience. Each semester, the parking problem seems to get progressively bigger, and the demand for a solution has only increased. Reporting from Fullerton for OC News, Arlette Romero.
Busy intersections and yield turns can become a dangerous mix, especially near our very own college campus. Romina Rivas has more.
Cal State Fullerton is known as a commuter school, with the majority of its students traveling to campus weekly. Reckless drivers and inexperienced drivers can cause accidents in a split second. However, they aren't the only ones to blame. Students say the issue goes beyond careless driving. They believe the streets may also play a major role.
I think like a big issue is just the speed, and like I don't know if it's the way the intersections are set up or like the way the streets kind of like the lights. I don't know what it could be, but I think people could just like slow down a little bit and just take their time, especially when they're turning like right here.
Earlier this month, an accident occurred at this intersection right behind me, bringing awareness about the dangers of the yield signs around campus and whether drivers truly know how to approach them.
The yield signs, like, they're there, but I don't like they obviously like people aren't paying attention to them or people aren't driving the way that they should be. So I think like they could be useful, but they're obviously not. So I think there needs to be like a shift.
Local firefighter Gabriel Moreno says drivers should come to a complete stop and allow oncoming traffic to pass before turning at a yield light.
Just make sure you look out for pedestrians. Make sure that you're looking to your left and your right when you're coming past crosswalks, and make sure you have your seatbelts, and make sure you have your head on a swivel when you're driving.
For a campus built around commuting, students dislike how busy the intersections can get, including those who can become impatient. So remember, a moment of carelessness can change everything. I'm Romina Rivas, OC News.
From the college softball dirt to the hockey ice on the biggest stage, Christopher Castro has the latest on sports.
Following the President's State of the Union address, President Donald Trump announced he will honor U.S. men's hockey gold medalist Connor Hellebuyck with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Hellebuyck was a key player for the United States, recording 41 saves against their Canadian rivals and leading the team to their first gold medal victory since 1980. Considered one of the best goaltenders in the NHL, Hellebuyck is no stranger to the highest of accolades. The Michigan native is a three-time winner of the Vezina Trophy, awarded to the NHL's top goalkeeper, having earned the honor in the last two NHL seasons. Cal State Fullerton softball was ranked number 5 team in softball's American mid-major rankings this past Monday. The ranking comes after the team's strong weekend at the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classics, where the Titans pulled off an upset of number 16 ranked Oregon and narrowly lost to number 3 ranked Oklahoma in extra innings, CSUF earned the highest ranking among Big West schools in the category. Placing ahead of Long Beach State, who was ranked number 12, the Titans will look to stay competitive this weekend when they play 5 games and host the Judy Garland Classics at Anderson Family Field. Kylian Mbappe will be out for the following week without any confirmation on his return due to a knee injury. Mbappe, the star forward for Real Madrid, has felt discomfort in his left knee in recent months. Real Madrid coach Alvaro Arbeloa stated this won't be a question of days. The club doctors want 100% Mbappe to come back to the field. Even without the strong forward presence, the team secured a 2-1 victory over the club Benfica, advancing them in the second place in La Liga. This is all I have for what is happening in sports. I will send it back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up next, we examine why limited space is affecting CSUF performing arts.
And a look at an anime-styled cafe in Temple City. Stay tuned.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
The CSUF School of Music is one of the university's fastest growing programs, but the growth has required some sacrifices. Emmanuel Palacios has more.
Instruments can be heard daily by the Clays Performing Arts Center on Cal State Fullerton's campus. Director of the School of Music, Dr. Randall Goldberg, says some student musicians use this area to practice, not because they want to, but because they have to.
We have a limited number of practice rooms, and as the university has grown over the last few years, the School of Music has also grown. Our enrollment is up 20% over the last 2 years, and we've been trying to figure out how to create as many practice hours in those rooms as possible.
With increased enrollment, the School of Music set up a scheduling system for students to reserve practice rooms, but it has its downsides.
Working with the scheduling thing, I got to reserve it 3-4 days in advance, or else I'm not really able to get a room.
The next best thing for musicians is to head outside. Student musicians tell me that practicing outside is not easy because of how many instruments are playing at the same time. Imagine trying to study while others study loudly around you. Discussions for future practice rooms are ongoing. What is assured is the School of Music's commitment to each one of their students.
We're driven by our love of music, and we do what we can to make sure students can get their classes on time and graduate in the right manner.
For OC News, I am Emmanuel Palacios.
Now getting a glimpse into the video game and music world, let's take it over to Christian for the entertainment updates.
Thank you, Samantha. Let's take a leap into the new site of the infamous Wasteland. The anniversary edition of Fallout 4 has officially released on the Nintendo Switch 2 and the first Fallout game that follows the main story to be on the Nintendo platform. The game is priced at $59.99, while other different platforms also have access to the original version of the game and the Game of the Year edition. The new edition of Fallout provides viewers insight of the characters and locations you'll get to witness along the path as you play. The Anniversary Edition will include brand new additions such as 6 new expansions like Far Harbor and Automatron, along with over 150 club creation items. If there's one thing I hate, it's terrible liars. But these hips, they definitely don't lie. Superstar sensation Shakira will go forward with her free concert at Zocalo in Mexico City on March 1st, despite the recent events involving the cartel. Shakira previously performed in Zocalo back in 2007, where she drew a record-breaking 210,000 fans. This concert was long overdue as she was supposed to host in August of last year, but the city's government said that it had not been organized at the time. Shakira was also chosen to be headline of Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana Beach concert this year, following Lady Gaga and Madonna from the past 2 years. Keeping in the realm of the music world, Vegas makes a change that will leave you dying with a smile. In a change to honor one of the world's biggest artists, Park Revenue in Las Vegas will be renamed to Bruno Mars Drive, according to MGM Resorts. The county first approved the name change to honor a figure that has strong relations to the city's entertainment through its residency performances and being considered as one of the most memorable entertainers in the city's history. Additional information has been denied by MGM Resorts that includes the exact location of the name change on Park Revenue or information about the new street signs, except a lot of diehard fans to be hoarding the Las Vegas Strip to witness history for a man who could catch a grenade for you. But that's all I have for entertainment this week. I'll take it back to you guys at the desk.
Bearology hosts a unique cafe experience for the popular anime series Demon Slayer. Reporter Anton Montes has more.
Reservations are filling up at the Bearology Demon Slayer Infinity Castle pop-up in Temple City. Bearology has teamed up with Aniplex to design their cafe based off the recent box office hit movie Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, which continues the 5-arc anime series.
Bobear is a 16-year-old company. We were established in 2010. The Bearology brand was established in 2015, and we've been doing these licensed experiences and beverages for the past 6 to 7 years. Started off with Arcane last year, and then this is our newest edition.
The cafe offers custom decor, a variety of food options, merchandise, and tons of photo opportunities. The popularity of Demon Slayer is drawing tons of fans to come try the experience themselves.
Absolutely. I think Demon Slayer has a huge fan base, right, as you know. So even for the Mugen Train experience, it's been very busy. And then even for this one, we're pretty much at max capacity every single day.
Yeah, my experience was actually pretty great. The interior was really nice. The back with the Infinity Castle was really cool. The snack tower, as you can see right here, was really cool.
On your way to the bathroom, you can experience the Infinity Castle for yourself. If interested, all you gotta do is spend $10 and sign up for reservations on the Bearology website. Opportunities to experience the cafe yourself in Temple City last until the end of July. For people interested in Demon Slayer or anime in general, Bearology gives the fans a chance to experience the on-screen stories themselves. Anton Montes, OC News.
If you had your own cafe, what show would you base it on?
Probably Friends.
That's a pretty good choice. All right, thank you for tuning in to OC News. My name is Samantha Meraz.
And my name is Arleth Romero. Make sure to follow us on social media at titantvcsuf and OC News CSUF. Thanks again for watching and have a good night.